Hi friend, we have a new website live, transfieldguide.com. There you can find episodes with show notes, our resource page, and links to both our Amazon wishlist and our PayPal donation. If you'd like to support the show, please consider a one-time or recurring donation. Every penny helps. The information and opinions presented in this podcast are based on research done at a particular point in time. The fields of medicine, surgery, psychology, etc. are constantly evolving as new studies and movements happen. Please take into account the year of any particular episode's publication, and as new information presents itself, we will do our best to release updated episodes on the topics. Listener discretion is advised for references to medical terminology of body parts. Unless otherwise stated, no one speaking on this podcast is a medical or legal professional and cannot provide medical or legal advice. Welcome to the Trans Field Guide. So binding is generally considered to go hand in hand with transmasculine individuals who were assigned female at birth. The process is, simply, the binding of the breast tissue down to flatten the chest and present it as more masculine in appearance. While the process is widely used by transmasculine individuals, there comes with it certain risks which can be worsened due to improper binding methods. So then what makes the difference between proper and improper binding? Well, the most simple way to think of it is, does it hurt to bind? And can I breathe? Binding should never interfere with normal daily activities. If you find that your chest hurts or you're easily winded when doing simple tasks like walking or climbing stairs, then your binder is too tight, and you should immediately remove it. Frequent improper binding can cause lasting damage to your ribcage and respiratory system, so please take care of yourself first and foremost. On that note, it is not recommended to use any kind of bandage or tape to bind, especially if you are doing the wraparound method, in which you are simply wrapping the bandage or tape all around your chest. The reason for this is that it's very easy to wrap it too tightly, and you may not realize that it's too tight immediately. Once you do realize it's too tight, you may already be out in public, or there may be too much bandage or tape to get it off quickly. It's recommended to use a reusable cloth binder, or in certain cases, kinesiology tape. However, the same rule against the wraparound still pertains to kinesiology tape. So what types of binders should you get? Well, there's a growing amount of companies on the market with different designs and different price points. Let's take a look at some of the styles. There's solid cloth binders, which are considered to be the standard for binding. They have a non-stretchy fabric on the front and a semi-stretchy fabric on the back. The back fabric can be either mesh or solid material, but usually has enough give in it so that you can get it over your head and have it pull everything in. There's also styles that have either a zipper, Velcro, or hook and eye closure system. These styles usually do not have as much stretch to the back fabric, so the closures are there to allow you to get in and out of the binder. Certain closures, like the Velcro and hook and eye, allow for more variance in how tight or loose the binder is at any point in time. This allows you to adjust it at any point of the day as needed. However, these styles tend to lack in either comfort or ease of getting it on by yourself, depending on the location of the closure and how it lines up. For example, a Velcro closure on a binder can easily be mismatched when you close it, causing the scratchy Velcro to dig into your skin over the day. Alternately, the hook and eye enclosures usually have a closure all the way down either the side or the front of the binder, which adds time trying to maneuver them to get in and out. Standard cloth binders are not recommended to wear during exercise, which can be very unfortunate for large busted masculine individuals who want to go to the gym. For those purposes, there are binding bras out there. These act and look very much like a regular sports bra. However, the cups of the bra do not have as much give as a regular sports bra, still allowing the chest to be pressed down and flatten out. It just won't make you look as flat as a standard binder. The trade-off is, stretching and breathing is a lot easier, which is important for any exercise regimen. You do also have the option of kinesiology tape or binding tape. The way this tape works is that you place one end over your nipple, pull the whole breast down and secure the rest of the tape to your side. This method of binding is not always effective for people with larger cup sizes, as those people have a lot more to try and pin down. You also want to be careful of things like body hair in that area and how much the tape is pulling on your skin. Two of the most well-known brands for binders out there are Underworks and GC2B. If you ask a fan of either brand which is the best, you will get polarizing answers. Kind of like Marvel versus DC, but less drama. Maybe. From what I've seen, the biggest difference comes down to the build of the binders and the price points. I've had both brands, and from my experience, both are sturdy and do what they're supposed to. However, I found that GC2B tends to run a little bit smaller, which can be uncomfortable, especially if you're larger chested. That being said, there are plenty of people who have had no issues with the brand and will swear on it to their graves. It really comes down to personal preference. There are, of course, many other lesser-known brands out on the internet. My biggest suggestion is to submerge yourself into the customer reviews before buying. You may find out useful information about whether the brand runs larger or smaller, which will help point you in the direction for your proper size. Speaking of proper size, how do you find that out? Well, any binder manufacturer worth buying from should have their own sizing chart available, not one provided by Amazon. Don't trust those. So how do you make sure that you're getting the proper size? Well, you need to measure yourself. By that, I don't mean just checking your last real bra you may have bought. You need a tape measure, which you can usually find at a local dollar store, either by itself or with a sewing kit. Please do not try to use carpentry measuring tape. You know, the stiff ones with the retract button. This needs to be soft to wrap around your torso. Most brands will tell you where they want you to measure for fit, but generally, it's a chest measurement and an underbust. For the chest measurement, wrap it around your back and across the widest part of your bust, which for most bust havers is around the area of the nipple or a little above. Make sure you're not wearing a bra or binder when you are measuring, because that will throw off the sizing and you'll get a binder that's too small. For the underbust, you do the same thing, but, under your bust. You should measure directly under where your bust connects to your rib area, or where the band of your bra should sit. Also, if you're short on cash for a binder, or have an old binder that's in good condition that you don't need anymore, there are several organizations that do binder donation charities. A few of them are FTM Essentials, 0.5cc, and Point of Pride. Links to these will be in the show notes for this episode. You can also reach out to local trans groups and organizations to see if they accept or give out any donations of binders. Like this episode? Tell someone about it. Resources referenced in this episode can be found in the show notes at transfieldguide.com. Stay safe, and remember that I'm proud of you.